Hello guys, I hope you're doing good. 2020 is finally over and now we are into the new year. So wishing all of you guys a very happy new year. Now in the next few months, many people are going to land in Canada, all of those who had plans to land in 2001. And many of those who had plans to land in 2020. Because of the pandemic restrictions, lockdowns, many of you actually postponed your plans to 2021. So in this video, we are going to discuss the top 5 must-do things that you should do exactly after landing in Canada. Maybe in the first couple of weeks or so, you may or may not be aware about these points. So I would request you to watch this video till the end because there are very important and crucial points that we will discuss in this video. The changing rules and restrictions, many things have changed. Things are not the same as 2020. So without any further ado, let's start discussing the top 5 must-do things soon after landing in Canada, whether you're a student or permanent resident. Okay, we go step by step. First of all, when you land anywhere in a new place, of course, you will find a place to live, right? So first of all, you have to find the right accommodation. The two types of accommodation that you have to find, first of all, a temporary accommodation where you live for the first few weeks or maybe for the first month. And then after that, you'll live for a longer period of time, we'll have to find that kind of accommodation. So let's talk about the first recommendation, temporary accommodation. Now that might be a hotel, an Airbnb might be a friend's place or relative's place. Now many of you would say that of course we don't have it when we go to a place we have to find accommodation. What's new in that? Now I'll tell you what's new. Some of you might have seen that video which I created about the new travel rule. So basically, you have to upload your quarantine plan before boarding the flight. You should do it digitally through the ArriveCAN app and you have to update regularly, almost every day about your status if you have a totally fine or not. So that is why it is now very crucial to know the exact address where you're going to settle in the first few days after landing in Canada. Maybe your friend says that, okay, I'll come and pick you, don't worry about you, no. Going and knowing the address, but you should know the address beforehand, because you have to update that before boarding the flight in that ArriveCAN app. That's the first thing. Now if you're going to a friend's place, then it might not be a problem. But if let's say you're going to an Airbnb, then having your food for the first 15 days might be a trouble, because you cannot go out to get your groceries. So you should arrange all of that. Maybe you should tell your friend or your relative to drop the groceries at your doorstep, you should make all of those arrangements. So that was about a temporary accommodation. And secondly, after you get out of the quarantine, you should make sure that you have a place to stay. Of course, you can't stay in an Airbnb or hotel forever. So you need to make sure that you get a permanent accommodation or temporary accommodation for the longer run as early as possible so that you can move out of the hotel, because staying in the hotel or the Airbnb won't be possible or won't be economically feasible for a longer period of time. So now when you have the accommodation, the next very important thing is getting your SIN number. SIN stands for Social Insurance Number. So everyone in Canada, if you need to work, if you need to, get government benefits, you need to have a SIN number. Even to open a bank account, you need to have a SIN number. It's a 9-digit number. It might be starting from 9 to 5, depending on if you're a permanent resident, if you are a student, or if you're on a work permit. It depends on that. Now some of you might be saying, oh no, what is this? Now, don't worry about it. It's a very simple process. First of all, you can get the same number right at the airport. When you land for that, there are certain timings. Maybe you land early in the morning, or maybe in the evening or later in the night. So you might not get the opportunity of getting the SIN number from the airport itself. So in that case, don't worry about it. It's very simple. You have to go to Service Canada. Mind it, there are two kinds of offices. Let's say if you land in Ontario and Toronto in Ottawa, then there are two types of offices, Service Ontario and Service Canada. Service Canada is for all the federal services and Service Ontario is all the provincial services. So maybe you want to get a driver's license or a health card. In that case, you will need to go to Service Ontario, but for getting your SIN number or maybe something needed to your PR card, something like that, you need to go to Service Canada. Now you would say that, okay, I'm in quarantine, how can I go out to get the SIN number? Don't worry about it. Now you can apply it online. I'll provide the link in the description box below, you can check it out. Very simple process. You just have to put in a certain details in there and provide a couple of documents like your passport and your PR card, maybe a study permit. And then you would be able to get the SIN number at your mail. So any address that you provide, you'll get the same number in an envelope on that mailbox. Okay, that's not an email box minded, that's a physical mailbox. So you need to provide the right address. And that's why again, the right accommodation to temporary accommodation comes into picture. Okay, now this brings me to my third point, which is getting your SIM card for a mobile phone connection. Of course, in today's world, we cannot expect living without our phones even for a day. So when you land here, if you don't have the phone connection, it might get very difficult because especially during the quarantine period, if you don't have the phone connection with you, it might be very difficult for you to talk to your friends so that they can actually deliver groceries at your doorstep or for any other services that you might want to call Service Canada, Service Ontario, or talk to your friends or family. It's so important to have have a phone connection right from the start, right from the day one. Now there are different service providers like Phonebox, Fido, Qdo, Virgin. But out of those, I want to suggest a Phonebox because of the many facilities that it actually provides to its customers. So as soon as you land in Canada directly from the airport, you have to book a cab, or maybe with your friend, you have to go to the place where you're going to contain yourself during the quarantine period. It's not possible to go out to get the groceries or to get the SIM card. So how will you get your SIM card? Phonebox offers you free delivery to your Canadian address that can actually order from a home country before leaving your home country. So while you are in India, you can order a Phonebox SIM card that can be delivered to your Canadian address before you land in Canada. Such convenience, isn't it? The charges of mobile internet in Canada are really high. So if you're coming from India, you might be really shocked to see the prices. But Unbox offers you really great prices. One of the lowest in the Canadian market with the 4 grams LTE speeds with nationwide coverage. So you don't face any problem even when you go to the remote areas. Now of course when you land here, you won't have any credit history, but no worries. With a Phonebox, you can actually get a no-contract plan without any credit check or activation fees. A great point is that you can choose to activate your services on a future date, or the date when you're planning to land in Canada, so that you can make sure that you're paying for the time when you actually use the services to buy a Phonebox SIM card and the phone plan. All you need is an international credit or debit card so that you can order it from your home country and get it delivered to Canadian address. Maybe your friend's place may be an Airbnb or maybe a hotel. You will find a link in the description box below. It has a video which explains in detail how you can order and activate your SIM card and phone plan. So finally, you have one less reason to worry about when you land here in Canada. Okay, now, when you have the accommodation, you have the phone connection as well. So you can use your GPS to go to the bank. And then you also have your SIN number. This SIN number is very important here, because to open a bank account, you need to have a SIN number. So the fourth step is opening the bank account. And this is very important. Either you're a student or you're here on a work permit or as a permanent resident. If you're a student, you need to get money from your gig account every month. So opening your bank account is very important. If you are here on a work permit, how would you get your salary? So a bank account is very crucial. Similarly, if you have got some money from your home country, you landed here as a permanent resident, you want to keep that money safe. And of course, even if you get a job, your salary would start coming into that account. So all of these points make it very crucial to open your bank account in the very early days of landing in Canada. Now there are many banks in Canada. You also have SPI, HEG, a couple of Indian banks that you might be aware of, this HSBC, but there are 5 major banks: Scotiabank EDI, CIBC BMO, and RBC. Those are 5 major banks where you can actually go on or to, open the account. Obviously, you can go on to the other banks as well. But those 5 banks usually offer some extra benefits to newcomers. So sometimes they might offer a $300 to $500 cash back. Sometimes they might offer an unsecured credit card, which is very important for building up your credit history. Then they might offer a free gift, maybe a mobile phone, or maybe an iPad, something like that. So these are some of the benefits that you might get if you open an account. As a newcomer, you need to check those offers regularly, because offers keep on changing from one bank to the other. Maybe one bank is offering a cashback, the other bank is offering an iPad. So you might need to choose between the two. But you might need to check it regularly online. When you're going to apply, there might be different offer applicable. So opening a bank account is the 4th important step. And now quickly move on to the last step, which is also very important, because it is about your health and your health benefits. So all the provinces of Canada actually offer free health services, but like going to talk only about Ontario. In this point, specifically, I'm going to tell you the reason behind that. Apart from that, this point is only for those permanent residents who are going to come and reside in Ontario. This point is not valid for people who come here on a work permit or on a student visa, because on a work permit, you need to wait, I think, for 6 months to get your HIP. And for students, you don't get the, HIP, provincial health benefits. But you get the health benefits from your universities or, from your colleges. So talking about the OHIP in specific order, which is Ontario Health Insurance Plan. So when this pandemic began in March 2020, Ontario actually waived off its 3 months wait time. So now you have the opportunity of applying for the Ontario Health Card right away after landing in Canada. So you can go to Service Ontario Minded, you can go there only after your content, period is complete. And you don't have any COVID symptoms because this facility is not available online. So you will have to go in person over there. They might ask you for your CPR, because you would not have your permanent resident card by them. They would need your passport as well and any address proof. So you need to make sure that you give them an address proof of where you're living. When you go there, you have to fill a paper form. You cannot fill it online, however, you can download it from online, print it, and then fill it so that you save some time over there. And then you get to apply that OHIP card right away there. They will give you a HIP number that is a replacement for your actual card. The actual card would arrive, I think, in around 4 to 6 weeks' time. So all the permanent residents who want to stay in Ontario, I know most of you guys are going to stay in Ontario, that is what the statistics say. So this 5th point is only for you guys that you can go to Service Ontario offices. Minded, it's not Service Canada this time, it's Service Ontario because it's a provincial service. So you need to go to the office and apply your health card so that you can get the free health services. Alright, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I really hope that these 5 crucial, very important must-do points would help you to settle easily in Canada. If you have this information beforehand, it would be a smooth ride for you. If you like the video, please click the thumbs up button. If you have any comments, any feedback, please put it down in the comments section below. And also, if you haven't subscribed to our channel CANUS Immigration Official yet, you know the deal. Please click the subscribe button before moving on to the next video. Thanks again for watching this video.